Get ready. Get set. It's time for the basement view. Good evening. It is Friday. It's me. I'm back. And this is the basement view. Glad I could be here. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's nice and healthy. It's Friday. Tell you what, one heck of a thing. This year is going by super fast. This year is going by super fast. Man, already October, almost the middle of October. That quick. And I certainly hate it. I miss summer. I miss summer like you wouldn't believe. Oh boy, I tell you. Funny thing though. Hey Lisa. I was scouring the internet and I was just wondering, because last couple episodes I've been talking about how black people, hey, is my birthday coming up? Yep, it is. Absolutely. And don't remind me. Oh boy, I tell you what, getting old. Jeez. But I've been talking about how black people are really slacking, and like especially black men. What's up, bruh? How's it going? I've been talking about how black men been slacking on Kamala Harris. And yeah, Obama, he did a speech out in Pittsburgh and at a rally for Kamala. And prior to doing the speech, he stopped off at a campaign headquarters. Well, a lot of the news networks, they showed that he stopped off, but they didn't show what he said once he got inside. So I'm going to play that tonight for those that did not see it. I find it was interesting. Funny thing, it was dead on what I've been talking about. So we're going to have a look at that. But I was just saying how this year is just flying by. This has been the fastest year I can remember. Maybe it's because I'm retired. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. You tell me. Is it flying by for you all? Yeah. Well, I'm get to that. So, also, I've been scouring the internet to find some of the stuff that could be swaying black people. And you'd be surprised at some of the stuff black people are hearing and black people are saying. The older you get, the faster the years go by. I hope that's not true, shit, because they only gonna be lasting a week after a while. Man, but I'm missing summer, and it's gonna be in the 50s next week. I bet y'all down in Florida ain't gonna mind us being in the 50s, huh? So anyway, but I've been looking around for stuff to find out why black people are really lagging on Kamala. Yeah, that is too cold. Lisa, you ain't lying. That is too cold. 78 degrees, really? 78 degrees. Well, it was about 80 here, but that's one day, you know. Like tomorrow, it's going to be in the 60s, you know, low 70s or something. That sucks. 'Cause, you know, but yeah, I can imagine. Well, that's, you know, it's that time of year where it's chilly in the morning, you know, and starts to warm up during the middle of the day. 82 tomorrow. Wow. Must be nice. Must be nice. So anyway, you know, I wish it was some way. You know, unfortunately, lying is not against the law, you know, here in this country. That's the shame of it. Lying is protected. Well, except for the hurricanes. Well, I'm sure we can, account for the hurricanes. No, nobody wants the hurricanes or the tornadoes. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Charles? How's it going? Anyway, tell you what, I'm gonna play this video, and I thought it was a real good speech. I thought it was a good speech that Obama had with some brothers. He had a speech with some fellas at a campaign headquarters, and he got right into it. So tell you what, listen to the speech. Listen to what he's got to say to the brothers. Look at his attitude. The man got a hell of an attitude going. So let's sit back and have a listen to it. See what you think. Tell me what you think on the other side. Check it out.
I'm going to go ahead and just speak some truths, if you don't mind.
Yes.
Because my understanding, based on reports I'm getting from campaigns and communities, is that we have not yet seen the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw when I was running. Now, I also want to say that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers. So if you don't mind, just for a second, I'm going to speak to y'all directly and say that when you have a choice that is this clear, when on the one hand you have somebody who grew up like you, knows you, went to college with you, understands the struggles and pain and joy that comes from those experiences, who's had to work harder and do more and overcome and achieves the second highest office in the land and is putting forward concrete proposals to directly address the things that are vital in our neighborhoods and our communities, from housing to making sure that our mothers and our fathers and our grandparents can afford medicine, and making sure that we are dealing with prices that are too high and rents that are too high, and are committed to making sure that we maintain the Affordable Care Act, so everybody's got health care, and cares about things like education and entrepreneurship in our neighborhoods. And that's on one side. And on the other side, you have someone who has consistently shown disregard, not just for the communities, but for you as a person. And you're thinking about sitting out? I'm not. But, you know, Cousin Pookie might be. And you're coming up with all kinds of reasons and excuses. I've got a problem with that. Because part of it makes me think, and I'm speaking to men directly now, part of it makes me think that, well, you just aren't feeling the idea of having a woman as president. And you're coming up with other alternatives and other reasons for that. And I think anybody you are talking to in a barbershop, anybody you are talking to in your house, in your family, at church, who is coming with that kind of attitude, I think you have to ask them, well, how can that be? Because the women in our lives have been getting our backs this entire time. They've been raising us and working and having our backs. And when we get in trouble and the system's not working for us, they're the ones who are out there marching and protesting. And so now you're thinking about sitting out or even supporting somebody who has a history of denigrating you because you think that's a sign of strength, because that's what being a man is, putting women down. That's not acceptable. That's not, this shouldn't even be a question.
Now, a lot of what he said is stuff that I've been saying. I tell you what, when I saw that, I was like, wow, you know, that's what I've been saying the last couple of episodes. I'm like, geez. So, and I'm speaking from people that I've talked to out on the street. The stuff I've been hearing out on the street. And man, he just laid the whole thing out. That's crazy. That the former president, the black former president, got to walk out into the town and tell black people to wake the hell up and support your sister. Now, I could see if there was really a viable competition between her and someone else. Yes, that's a damn shame. If you had somebody running a real campaign that was speaking real stuff and there was some real competition, I could see people questioning it. You know, people may be like, you know, man, I don't know. This other person talking some good stuff. But you got a guy that is spitting nothing but racist shit out every day. It kind of make you wonder, can people actually hear him? You know, do people just turn their ears off when he's talking? Because if you actually listening to him, it's racist shit every day in between the lies. Tell a lie, then run some racist shit right out there. I mean, the guy was in Detroit. Was it yesterday? In Detroit, talking to people of Detroit. The people of Detroit. And then went in on how fucked up Detroit is. The country gonna end up like Detroit. We can't have that. Detroit's fucked up. Yeah. Really? You talking straight to the people of Detroit, telling them how fucked up their city is. If any one of them people in that room vote for you, shame on them. Shame on them. But to have black people, and let's not say you should vote for her because she's black. Okay? This is not the point. The point is not for you to vote for somebody just because she's black. Look at the choice that you have. Yes, that was stupid as hell, man. Stupid as hell. I'm like, geez. The choice could not be clearer. You know, Kamala Harris is a distinguished human being who has paid her dues. She is the actual vice president of the United States right now. Let that sink in. She's paid her dues. And look at the choice, okay? For black people, you got Kamala Harris and a guy that spent every minute he could being a racist motherfucker. Doing everything he could do against the black people and any other people of color. Now, there's people that will say, well, he did this and he did that. Anybody can do one thing here or one thing there when they're prodded by the people behind them to say, hey, look here, you better do something to make it look like, you know, you ain't a racist. You know, oh, he let such and such out of prison. Yeah, okay. He let such and such out of prison. You know, that don't erase the other 77 years of racism. Okay? So the choice is a clear choice. You know, now for a black person, it is a bonus that you would be supporting a black person. There's nothing wrong with that. There's also a bonus for all you men that's stupid enough that got a problem with a woman. It is a bonus that she is a woman. You know? There's a lot of times I wish I could could have sent a woman to do some negotiating for me. I would love to see how good a negotiator she is, because from what I understand, she got California one of the biggest settlements California ever had from the banking industry. I understand she kicked them in the fucking gut. Now, Donald Trump says he's a deal maker. Yeah, well, he's filed bankruptcy quite a few times. And let me add, what kind of brains do it take to bankrupt a casino? What kind of motherfucker bankrupts a casino? Somebody make that make sense to me. You got a business where the rules are you can't lose. The rules clearly state you can't lose. And you bankrupt the motherfucker? Now that's a stupid motherfucker for you. Jesus Christ. That alone should disqualify your ass for being president. You bankrupted a casino. Golly, man, that's crazy. But anyhow, look, black people, stop listening to all this crazy shit, these lies that's going out there. Yeah, for sure, I'm telling you. All this crazy shit. And you know what crazy shit black people listening to? Check this out. I got a video I'm going to show you all. I'm almost ashamed to show it. But I got to show it just so any other black people that's watching this podcast, I want you to see some of the stuff that some of our younger black people are hearing and saying. There's some fellas that's got their own podcast. A lot of podcasts out there. Tons of them, you know. Hopefully one day this one will pick up some steam. We'll see. Anyway, there's some young fellas got a podcast. And you got to hear what they got to say. So have a listen to these young fellas. And then tell me what you think on the other side.
We have not yet seen the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw when I was running. Now, I also want to say that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers.
Why do
with
you
the
think
brothers.
that, brother?
With the brothers.
He kind of tugged his own.
With the brothers.
Kinda-
We ain't
kinda-
your brother,
Kind
brother.
of did his own tuggy right there.
I ain't your brother, brother. How about that, Obama?
Kind of pointed out the obvious there, but
how about that, Obama?
you know, I wasn't really there for the Obama. You know, when he was running, and you know when he got in.
You were alive.
I was alive, but I wasn't paying attention. I don't really know if he was a rambler. I know for sure he not like Kamala. No,
I for sure paid attention.
I know he had charisma.
He was for sure.
Now listen how they pronounce Kamala's name. They pronounce Kamala's name just like somebody else we know. Pay attention.
You wasn't paying. You ain't know what was going on.
I was, man. I remember a lot of shit that was going on.
Oh, you was in Ben Hall.
No, I wasn't. I was in Clarksville, Tennessee, nigga.
When Obama was running, bro.
My mama was in the military during this time. I remember when she was not working. I remember everything that was going on when she got deployed and everything. I was paying attention to the news.
We was in like.
No,
We was not in second grade.
He was there
I
for
was
8
in like
years.
fourth grade.
He was there for 8 years, my buddy. He did a whole decade.
He did do
I was like fourth grade when he ran.
When he first got in,
No,
bro,
we was in fourth or
fourth
fifth
grade.
grade. Yeah, we was probably fourth or fifth grade, my brother.
that was 2008.
8.
Okay, yeah, I was 8. So
It sounds like 10.
yeah, so we was, that was about
It was like fourth or fifth grade.
10 you're like at 10 you're like 5th grade.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were about 3rd grade. For me, I
We
was
was
showing
in
the third.
fourth. We was in fifth.
We was in fourth and fifth grade.
So that's the
I remember I
under
was young. But I mean, all right. This is insane that they got to call Obama to run for Kamala.
Been one of the most disturbing aspects of this election season about Trump's rise in politics is how we seem to have set aside the values that people like Dan stood for and Bob stood for and that I was taught, and those didn't used to be Republican and Democratic values. I mean, it used to be we'd have arguments about tax policy or foreign policy, but we didn't have arguments about whether you should tell the truth or not. We didn't make excuses for people
No values while we're in this.
who just violated basic norms of treating people fairly and with respect. I mean, just last week, I talked about this. We had one of the deadliest hurricanes in American history. The beautiful town of Asheville, North Carolina, one of my favorite places in the country. Spent time there, amazing people. Devastated. Hundreds of people killed. And President Biden and Vice President Harris were down there meeting with local officials and comforting families, asking how they could
I
help.
didn't see not one thing of
And
Joe
Donald
Biden
Trump
down there.
at a
That is
rally
a lie.
Just started making up stories about the Biden administration withholding aid from Republican areas and siphoning off aid to give to undocumented immigrants. Just made the stuff up. Everybody knew it wasn't true. Even local Republicans said it was not true. And now the people of Florida are dealing with another devastating storm. And I want you to watch what happens over the next few days, just like the last time. You're going to have leaders who try to help, and then you have a guy who will just lie about it to score political points, and this has
What did Kamala do
consequences.
today?
No, I'm gonna let it ride. I was gonna say, you know what, Obama up here, it make you feel like let's hit a nigga eye.
Nah.
No, right? No, what he's saying is absurd. But I'm saying when he first thought, I was, it's Obama, let's hit a nigga eye.
Nah.
And you could tell he was smooth. He probably a good smooth liar.
Hey,
Because when he paused so sudden, it sounded like he thinking a
Bro,
little
Thomas
bit.
Sowell already said that nigga is the most bullshit nigga of all time. He said, I never seen so much of a bullshit. Listen to what he said. He just said a whole bunch of bullshit. That's
Sounded
literally what
good.
Thomas Sowell said.
Talking about trying to hear him out. This is serious.
No, I know. I'm talking about before.
If he gonna
said,
come up here and talk about Kamala, I ain't hearing
No, but
shit.
before
you
he
got
start
to
talking
say,
about the
brother. My
storm,
mind is made
though,
up.
literally what he said, the left does to the right, though. That's
Bro,
what's
Kamala
crazy.
did that today.
That's what's insane.
I don't understand why they keep using the Trumps. I have concepts of a plan and say she has actual plans. She has no actual plans. All her plans are basically just diet MAGA. Like, oh, I want to be strong on the border. You not yet to be strong on the border. Oh, I want to have no tax on tips. Where'd you get that idea from?
Bro, I don't know if I'm just
I wanna-
ultra brainwashed, bro. But I mean, I'm just keeping an eye on it. I just don't be seeing a lot of lies from the right, bro. I'm just keeping an eye on it, bro. I just don't be seeing.
Now, he just said he didn't know if he was just ultra brainwashed. Yeah, I believe you are just ultra brainwashed.
Bro, so the lies that they saying that they see, please inform me.
there's
Where are
extreme-
they?
I think there's extremes on both sides.
They
I
are.
don't sit here and be blind to that.
No, for
I think
sure.
there's and when with extremes comes misinformation
For
on
sure.
both sides.
For sure.
So I won't sit here and be blind to that. But if I think what side makes more sense to me as a logical thinking young man that believes in God and the future of America,
But he's referring to.
I believe on the
FEMA,
right.
though. He's referring to that the information, the false information. is going
So
on
if
with
FEMA has a yearly
Nobody
budget
knows,
and they
bro.
spent
Yeah, we don't
$650
know.
million of that budget on illegal immigrants, and now they're saying that we have hurricane and there's 2 hurricanes that hit, and they're saying we don't have the funds to meet the relief, and now people saying all the money went to illegals. How is that misinformation?
No, this was
Now, you see how they putting their lie out there. The budget for helping immigrants is a completely different fund than the budget for FEMA's operations.
And this what they saying is misinformation. They saying they have resources already on the ground and they're not giving it to the Republican town.
See that I don't know what the
That's what
validity,
they said
I don't know what the
Trump
validity
said.
of that is, but I know in West Carolina they were trying to like tell people what to do and people wasn't going for it.
But that's what they said Trump said. I never heard it, but
I
that's
never
what
heard that
that's
either.
what
That would
he's
have been
saying.
everywhere, though.
I never heard that as well.
Multiple people been saying it. That's what Kamala been running off of too.
Saying that Trump saying that they're not giving FEMA's not giving the stuff to the people that
Yeah, there are Republicans.
in
Yes,
danger.
that's what a lot of people been saying.
Yeah, that doesn't sound.
That doesn't sound right, but let them keep going though.
A lot of people.
No, I
been
know
saying
that's
that.
that's what they're. I guess
A lot of people say The View even said that.
Ain't nobody give a damn what they talking about on The View.
I'm just saying multiple
Chicken
people saying
heads.
it.
For political
Now, was not that interesting? Wasn't that interesting? The budget that FEMA uses for emergency relief comes from a completely different fund than the money they use for immigration. The one young man almost literally admitted he just brainwashed. But they spitting out the very same shit that Trump is spitting out. That's where our black people is getting this dumb shit from. Other black people spitting out that dumb shit. That's where they're getting it from. Now, you would hear them say, well, I didn't hear this, or I didn't hear that. So because you didn't hear it, it didn't exist. Because you didn't hear it. Okay. But this is what some of our young black people are listening to. This is what they're listening to. That's why the president, or ex-president, former president, got to walk around in the streets and tell black people, hey, look, wake the hell up. That's why. And that's a damn shame. That's a damn shame. They done bought into the bullshit. Well, anyway. So what we got to do is tell people, just keep putting it out. Tell everybody we know. Wake up. Do the right thing. Don't listen to the garbage you're hearing. If you have to, break your phone out and show them some shit. Break your phone out and show them some shit. So, anyway. Yeah, well, somebody do need to wake them up. The problem is, when you are a part of MAGA, unfortunately, like he said, he's ultra brainwashed. When you part of MAGA, when you done bought into it, you notice, they was down. They was completely down on Obama and Kamala. Completely down on them. Didn't have anything good to say about either one of them. When you done bought into MAGA, and I wouldn't be surprised if, they getting a little paycheck for spitting out some of the stuff they spitting out. I wouldn't be surprised, I know y'all done seen that one brother that's always standing behind that orange dude on stage. I know y'all done seen that brother with the beard. You know, he always had the dark shades on. You know he getting paid. He had every rally. Had his brother show up at almost every rally. So when you willing to sell out, I'm pretty sure they'll come around and shove a little dough in your pockets. I'm sure they will. Getting paid. I tell you what. You know, it ain't the first time. It ain't the first time people sell out. It's probably easy to get these young cats to sell out. Make them popular, you know, steer all your friends to their podcast, you know, and get the comments going good and blow their podcast up, put a few bucks in their pocket, and let them spit that junk out. And it's working. It's working. Sell your soul. Soul, soul, soul. You bought it. I tell you what, it's a damn shame. I hope there's enough of us that are thinking clearly, that can see what the clear choice is and do the right thing. Now I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say everybody that's listening right now done voted already. I did. I'm sure you all have. Well, let's go out there and tell some of them that ain't voted. Let's drag them to the polls and get them to vote. Because, you know, this is too important for anybody to be sitting on the sideline. It's way too important. Because, you know, the alternative is ugly. 24 days? Shoot. Guess for who? Yeah, I know who. I know who. Shoot. But we got to get out there and get some other folks involved because, you know, especially us in these red states. You know, we in these red states where it's easy. It's just easy to talk some of us into going that way. Who knew? Who knew it's that easy to talk a fool into voting for a clown like that? That's crazy. That is crazy. And just like Obeezy said, you know, get off that thing about women. You know, stop having a problem with women. You know, get over that. Yeah, it is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Need to get over it. Need to just get over it. So, anyway, get out there and vote. Get your people out there and vote. Hey, help me put the word out about the podcast. Also, if you got anything, send it to me. Got something you want me to show? Send it to me. Got something you want to talk to me about? Send it to me. It's Friday. Anybody got any plans? Any plans? I'm sitting up here trying to make up my mind right now if I'm going to get out. It's the weekend. Supposed to be colder next few days. Man, ain't looking forward to that. Not looking forward to that at all. But Anywho, I look forward to seeing and talk to you guys next week. Oh, just gonna chill. Nothing wrong with that. Chilling is good. Gonna barbecue some chicken. Hey, now that sounds pretty good. You know what? I might do that too. That sounds pretty good. Some barbecue chicken. That sounds pretty tasty. Yeah. Anyway, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 7 p.m. right here. Oh, gonna have some steak. Man. Hey, now steak is always good. Man, heck yeah. But again, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here, 7 p.m. I hope you all come back and join me Monday. I want y'all to have a good weekend. Stay healthy. Enjoy that steak, Monty. And we'll see you then. Take care.